So Josh, great to have you with us today, man. I know as one of the seniors on this team, the last couple of years and the beginning of this year has just been kind of a roller coaster. But now, after the last several weeks, how cool is it seeing all the success of this team in the way that all this hard work and everything y'all have done have paid off?
Oh man, it's great. I mean, the ability, as everybody knows, like the ability has been there, and I feel like these like past couple of games and the games we won, we've been just putting the pieces together, and also believing in each other. Like we're the ones going out there, we're the ones playing. I mean, coaches give the call, but at the end of the day, it's up to us.
Yeah.
And I feel like we figured that out as a team.
Just kind of building off that, Josh, what will senior night mean to you?
I mean a lot, man. I mean, coming here as a transfer, everybody welcomed me with open arms, man. The players, the coaches, it was a great feeling coming in, and just for it to already be senior day is crazy. Like in the flash of an eye, it's already here. But it'll mean a lot. It'll mean a lot for me. It'll mean a lot for my family, and I'm pretty sure it'll mean a lot for the players and coaches, for sure.
Yeah. So when you were brought in, obviously you had an existing relationship with Coach Aranda and knew him from your time at LSU through recruitment and everything. When you were brought in, it was undeniable that you were brought in for your leadership ability. Like I remember those conversations being had. How has that played out for you as a leader for this team and just helping this team grow? Last year, the team was so young. You were part of that team, but how have you brought this team to where it is right now?
I feel like for me personally, the leadership aspect, I feel like it's just coming with the intent to get better every day, and people seeing me coming with that intent, it like kind of rubs off on them. They see me trying to get better out there. They get into the motion. We're like, man, if Josh can go out there and do it, I can go out there and do it. And then just also from like a special teams standpoint, it's just like I give my hardest like every time I'm out there, no matter if it's out there on defense or special teams. And when people see me out there going hard on special teams, it's like, man, like I want to go out there and play special teams. 'Cause, not a lot of people want to play special teams. So
Right.
me going out there playing hard, they seeing me making plays on special teams, it gives them the motivation to go out there to not only make plays on defense or offense, but to go out there and make plays on special teams also.
Speaking of this offseason a little bit, Dave Aranda made that shift to coaching defense coordinator and also specifically coaching linebackers. What has that been like for you, just kind of, being able to be with him every day and learn from him?
I mean, you learn it from a legend, man. So it's been great having him in the room, man. It's funny. I mean, it's like basically just building a relationship more with him because as he's a head coach, he talks to the whole team and stuff like that. But when he's in our position group, I mean, we're instead of building relationships with him and just having him in the room with us and having him teaching us stuff and making mistakes and having him correct stuff. I mean, you can tell that he wants the best for everybody in the room, and honestly, you can see that in our play. As soon as he came in the room, our play elevated. So I'm really thankful to have him in the room.
Yeah. So you mentioned special teams, and obviously you just had the big play against Houston on forcing that fumble on the kickoff return. But you're on every single unit. It seems like there might be one that you're not on, but it seems like you're always involved. If
Right.
there's one of those units that you say, this is my absolute favorite, is there one of those that you can say, yeah, that's my favorite, and I would do it every single day of the week?
Kickoff for sure.
For sure. why,
you just
why kickoff?
I feel like because I mean, yeah, sometimes you have to leverage the blocks or spill the blocks, but man, you're just running down there free. You're running down there
Yeah.
free, and you're running down there. You have the ability to make the plays, and you just think you don't even have to think. It's more of a react thing, and just to have your guys, everybody running down there trying to get the ball, and actually trying to compete with everybody else trying to make the tackle is
Yeah.
pretty fun. So that'll have to be my favorite for sure.
Nice.
So, Josh, the defense has kind of had its, struggles at times. And I think part of that is because the offense has played so well that I think people have kind of pointed to that a lot. But this past week, that changed. And
Right.
y'all played really well against Houston. What do you think that meant to y'all from a confidence standpoint?
From a confidence standpoint, I mean, it's all about playing off of each other, man. There's three phases: special teams, defense, and offense. And that just goes to show how we matured and how we like play complementary football. I mean, all those phases of the ball got each other's back. Like if the offense is having a bad day, the defense is going to pick it up. If the defense is having a bad day, offense is going to pick it up. And special teams just plays off of that. So just having like complementary football and knowing that no matter what, the other side of the ball has your back.
Yeah, so obviously going in this weekend against Kansas, we've seen what they've done offensively. Last week, they rushed for over 300 yards against Colorado. It was just an impressive performance. I don't think they punted once in that game, which is crazy to think about. I'm sure y'all have watched the film, but what are you seeing on the film from them? Like, what do they do well, and how big of a challenge is this that y'all know that you're going to have to play probably your best game of the season to have a chance in this one?
Right. I mean, everybody knows they're a good team. They're a good team. They're an aggressive team. But what we got to do well on the defense side of the ball is make plays when they give you plays. Like when you're set up and you can make a tackle, make that tackle. That's going to be a big that's going to be a big thing about the game is we got to make tackles, especially when they're layup tackles. You got to make tackles, and I feel like that's one of the top things to win this game. Also, another thing is just bring the fight to them. Don't wait. Start fast and just keep on going, no matter what. Because we all know adversity is going to hit in the game, no matter what. And just know, no matter what, that you just got to keep on going and keep on bringing the intent to win. And eventually, everything's going to settle out, and we're going to be on top.
Is that kind of the next the defense, the tackling side of it, or do you think there's some other things that's kind of that next step, that how do you get to that next level? Is it just tackling, or are there other things that you feel like this defense could get to before the end of this year?
I would say, yeah, like I said, tackling is a big thing, but also just making plays, especially like the gimme plays because coach is gonna put us in the right spot at the right time, and it's just like trust your eyes and trust in the film. Like we watch a lot of film, so whenever you're out there, trust the film that you watch and go out there and play free. Because it's easy to think to like overthink things and be in your head and stuff. But I mean, we practice a long time, we watch film a long time. You got to trust that like you put in that work, and that work is gonna pay off to help you play fast. So I feel like that next step for the defense is just trusting yourself and also trusting the coaches and also trusting the film that you watch. So that'd be a
Yes.
huge next step.
Yeah, so going back to special teams for this particular matchup with Kansas, like you know that every point, every yard is going to matter. So like, does intensity step up for this week in terms of special teams, like, or is it just the same mindset that you've had the entire season?
So going into any game, we got the mindset where like we want to dominate. We want to dominate the kicking game no matter what. So we're basically going into this game with the same intent because it's been the same intent every game. I mean, we want to win the kicking game no matter what. So the intent this week is to get them behind on kickoff, to get them behind the sticks and make them want to fair catch the ball. And that's gonna be the intent the whole game. And on punt, we want to go out there and put them behind the sticks. And then on punt block, we want to score a touchdown. The same thing on KOR. We got the ability, we got the scheme. We just got to go out there and execute.
You mentioned that Dave Aranda and the defensive play calling has put you on the right spot, and y'all need to make plays. When you go back and watch the film this year compared to last year, do you feel like there's been a big step forward in kind of that guys being in the right spot, guys being put in the right spot compared to last year?
Oh yeah, for sure. Guys are being put in the right spot, and going back to last year, they were putting us in the right spot, but it goes back to trusting the film and trusting what was being coached. I feel like last year we had the plan, we had the plan and everything what to do, but we weren't executing. They were putting us in the right spots, but as players, we weren't executing. I mean, the coaches can teach you, they can coach you, they can do all this thing, but at the end of the day, you gonna be the only one on the field. So last year we weren't really executing to the standard. But you go to this year, we're executing at a higher standard, and the standard for Baylor defense has been raised, and I feel like you can see that with games that we played.
Yeah, absolutely. I got to ask you, it might've been last year, it might've been 2 years ago on a kickoff return, punt return. I don't remember what it was, but you smashed your helmet. Do you still
Yeah.
have the helmet? Did they take that from you? You were able to keep that like it's a souvenir?
Yeah. So it was I think it was Oklahoma on the punt, Oklahoma on the punt team. Yeah, I smashed my helmet. Vic has the face mask Vic has a face mask in the weight room in the office.
That's
And
awesome.
I'm gonna let him keep it. But I got this picture here in my living room. I don't know if you see it.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
we see the picture. I think I've seen the picture of one similar to it. So awesome.
Yeah.
Is that a cool memory? I mean, that's a story you can tell for a long time. Walk us.
Yeah.
Do you remember the play? Can you walk us through that play that happened?
So it was on punt, and I held my guy up. I got off the block, and as I'm like running down, usually like when everybody's running down, they'll fair catch it as quick as possible. And I'm running down. I'm like, is he gonna fair catch this? And I'm getting closer and I'm closer. I'm like, man, he still ain't fair caught this. And then in that instant, I'm like, bro, it's gonna be bad if you don't fair catch this. And he didn't fair catch it. And I just ran through him, and my helmet broke. And then like, I don't know, like when you hit somebody, your helmet comes down sometimes and hit your eye. So I pop up, I can't even see. I'm celebrating, and then Vic runs over. He's like, bro, your helmet's broke. I'm like, what? Snatch my helmet off, take it off, and give me a new one. But man,
Yeah,
that was a fun game. That's when I'll be telling my kids.
yeah, absolutely.
Josh, I did want to ask you before we let you go. You are just like every time there's a kickoff, you are just sprinting down the field as fast as possible. And a lot of times you're the first one down there. What's the fastest you've been clocked? Your miles per hour. And are you the fastest on special teams, or one of the fastest? Kind of where are you at there?
I'm definitely one of the fastest. Like I said, we always compete to see who can go get down there faster. And the fastest time I've clocked probably here at Baylor is 22 for sure.
Yeah, that's crazy,
But
man.
we always competing to get down there, see who will get down there faster. And I mean, even after the game, when we lift weights on Monday, they'll call out who has the fastest times, like who has the fastest time, who has the biggest hit. So we always trying to compete and see who's the fastest guy or who can make the play.
And that's really cool. Well, make sure you get that face mask back whenever you finish up at Baylor after senior day. Get that back so you keep that one.
For sure.
Yeah, man. Hey, we really appreciate your time today. Good luck this weekend, obviously for senior day and in the bowl game as well. Congrats on the year and good luck in everything that you do.
Alrighty. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all.